guys, my name is Bianca Bulle. I will be teaching the open ballet class today. I am a former dancer with Miami City Ballet and former principal with Los Angeles Ballet. And today this is Julianne. She's going to be my little demonstrator for class. So I will teach the combination and then you'll follow along with Julianne to do the exercises together. So let's get started. So first we're just going to start with pliés. So we're just going to do a demi-1 and stretch, and 2 and stretch, grand plie, 6, 7 and 8, all the way forward, 2 and up. We're going to rise. Let's take the arm off the bar just for a second, lower the heels and tendu to second position. Exactly the same thing. So we have a demi following the arm, 3, 4, reach, breathe, going down, up and open. Nice bend into the bar and up, rising again. Keep those ankles nice and still. Try not to let them wobble. Lower and same thing in 4. 1 demi, demi, and grand. 7, 8. We're going to go arm up to 5th, up and back. Rising up again, crossing that toe right in front. So we have one straight line between the front toe and the back toe. Again, testing the balance. Lower heels. As you lower your heels, thinking of controlling those heels forward, forward, forward. Try not to let them lower backwards. Forward, tendu, everything in 5th. Demi, demi, grand. Then we're going to do full quarter bra all the way around. So reaching side front, into the bar, back, and a nice long final susu, rise and hold. Okay, here we go. Good, so you continue to make sure you're following that arm with your head and that your arm continues to move the whole time. So it doesn't get stuck out and then stuck in. Make sure you have a really nice, like you're pushing through water, that kind of feeling with your arms all the way through. Good, let's go to the left side. Exactly the same thing. Nice flat back as you go down, grand plie. We're gonna start. We're gonna go on your heels. You're gonna move into parallel and then open back out, thinking of the feet opening at the same time and squeezing with your hips. So not with your knees or your ankles. Using your bottom and hips to open that turnout, and then a plie and stretch. We're gonna go one forced arch, pushing the toes, demi and down. We're gonna long tendu, turn the whole leg in, out, back to first. One more out, lowering fourth, and squeeze, keep that weight distributed between 2 feet, and squeeze back to first. Same thing to the side, back and side again. So we go parallel, open to first, demi, and stretch. Demi, full push, demi, out. Tendu, turning, turn out, back to first, out, lower down, keep the weight between 2 feet, squeezing, rotating underneath, and back to first. Same thing to the back, parallel, open, demi, stretch, half, push, half, lower. Tendu back, turn it in. Turn it up, back to first, out, lower there, squeezing. Last time, parallel, open, demi, stretch, half, push, half, lower. Tendu, turn in, turn out. One more, lower there, and squeezing in, okay? So it's all for that turnout in the tops of our hips. When you do the turn in, turn out with the leg out and tendu, try not to move the 2 hips. Just think of moving that working leg so that whole hip comes in and that whole hip turns out. So you're really trying to isolate where you're using that turnout from. Okay, here we go. 6. One more thing to think of as we're doing this, and for all of our tendus, dégagés, grand battements, anything, is that whenever we go to the front, we're leading with the heel first to go forward. The toes come in later. And then when we come back to first, you're thinking of that baby toe in the lead. So that baby toe comes back. And then it's the complete opposite as you go to the back. So from the back, you want the baby toe to go first. So you have that nice turned out leg in the back, and then the heel is the first thing to lead in. It's just a little thing to think about. Let's go left. 3. to the second. We're going to do tandu 1 and a fifth, and a 2 and a fifth. On 3, we're going to plie transfer through the 4th arm comes to arabesque and tandu back to close. We're going to repeat reverse. So the same foot, back, fifth, back, down, out, and fifth. To this side, 1 and fifth, 2 and fifth, 3 and fifth, 4 and fifth. We're going to do one lower side. We're going to plie. We're going to lift the heel, so forced arch. Try and keep those ankles there. Lift, hold just for 1 second, lower, and close to the back. And we're going to reverse everything. So we start tandu, fifth, reach, knees, open, fifth. To the front, inside leg, out, in, out, through 4, up, and in. 4 to the side, and 2, and 3, and 4. One more. Plie, lift the heels. If you can do it without the bar, even better. If not, keep holding onto the bar. And then try and find that balance. This time we can hold this for a little longer just to find where our center is for today. Okay? All right.
Maybe first one go up.
There.
Like for the body parts.
Yeah. And 'Splay those ribs open, because then we tend to want to fold backwards that way. So as much as you can, think of keeping these ribs nice and locked, closed towards the front, so that you kind of have your ribs hovering in front of your body rather than right stacked on top or behind. Yeah, so nice closed ribs there. That's right, good. And one more thing, as you go through the 4th position, really think to have a resistance underneath the heel, so we don't just go bang into the floor. There's a resistance drilling into it really nicely. You can see it takes time to really articulate through the demi and then the rest of the foot down to the floor. So that happens forward and as you go to the back too. Let's go left. Okay, let's do another tendu, a little quicker this time. So we're going to do in fifth again. One tendu holding the count out and fifth, and then three closing in a little faster. And 1, 2, 3. Same to the side. When we go to the side, the first one is going to close in the front again. And in, and then change, change, change. To the back. Hold, in, fifth, fifth, fifth. Now a little trickier. We're going to go back, side, front, front, side, back. So we change 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So all the fast ones are going to be in threes. And then we have the one holding. So we start from the back, reversing now. Hold, fifth, 3 to the back. To the side again, we close behind. 1, 2, 3. To the front, hold. 1, 2, 3. Front, side, back, hold. Back, side, front. Then here, let's just take a little coupe balance, staying on a flat foot on our supporting leg, and holding here, thinking lifting up in this front hip of the standing leg. Nice hold, little balance, and that's it. We'll go to the left. Okay. Here we go. 6, 7, 8. Holding up. In. 1, 2, 3. Side closing in front. 1, 2, 3. Back. 1, 2, 3. Back, side, front. Front, side, back. Reverse. Back. 3. Side closing behind. 3. So one thing to think about for moving faster in all of our tendus is we want to try and keep from your hips down, one piece separate from your hips and up. So you want to think of your core being really, really strong and not moving every time you're closing in that fist. So you want to keep them two separate parts. The top stays still and the legs work, really thinking of the inside thighs, which is what we've thought about a lot in that very first exercise that we started doing. Yeah? Okay, let's go left. Here we go. 6, 7, 8. Holding out. In. 3 to the front. Side closing front. 1, 2, back. 3. And changing. Reverse. We're going to do dégagé. So we're going to start out off the ground, 1 and hold, and in and hold. We're going to do 2 dégagés front and 2 PKs close. Same thing to the side. Out and a hold, and in and a hold. Changing 1, 2, and 2 PKs. Same to the back, and hold, and in and hold. 1, 2, up, up. Fifth. Now we're going to do 3 changing to the side. 1, 2. We're going to plie on the third one to passe lift. Take a little balance before you close behind and reverse the whole thing. So we start up and hold and in and hold. 1, 2, and double PK. Same to the side, holding, in, hold, 1, 2, lift, lift to the front, out, and stay, and in, stay, 1, 2, up, up, in, 3, 1, 2, the third one, plie, to pass it, up and over, just the balance before we close. Okay? Here we go. Good. So in that passe, think of having that toe get higher up and over the kneecap to close behind. So you never want the passe to be underneath the kneecap. You always want to think of lifting that knee nice and lightly so that your toe can squeeze into the top part of your kneecap. Okay, let's go to the left. And shake out those legs. We're doing one more fast your day. Good day. Okay, we're going to do two parts. There's going to be a part A and a part B. So the part A is going to be all in fours. So we start 1, 2, 3. The fourth count is always going to switch to the inside leg. So at this time we'll be inside back dégagé. Now we go to the side. 1, 2, 3. The fourth count is inside towards the bar. Not changing. To the back. 1, 2, 3. Inside to the front. And again side. 1, 2, 3. Inside to the bar. Now we have part B. We're still going to keep our fours. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. First time 4 will be up, to changing the arm on 4 to 5th. Now when we go to the side, we change to 3. So we're going to start 4, 3, 2, 1. So the side will be 1, 2, switch on 3, continue on 4. Then we switch to 2. 1, switch 2, 3, and 4, switch 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's all we're going to do, just through that. So the second part, to clarify again, we start with our 4, 1, 2, 3, move, switch on 4. Nothing happens with the legs when we switch the arm. To the side, 1, 2, we're switching on 3, continue on 4. We switch on 2 now. 1, switch 2, continue 3 and 4, switch on 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So from the beginning we have 1, 2, 3, inside, back. Side, 2, 3, inside, side. Don't change. Back, 2, 3, inside, front. Side, 2, 3, inside side. 4, 1, 2, 3, switch 4. 1, 2, switch 3, go 4. 1, switch 2, 3, 4, switch 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. Little brain wake up call for this morning. Okay, here we go. It's a little fast, so be ready for it. Here we go. Switching the legs to go to the new foot. Make sure that you're thinking, not sinking down to switch that foot. Think, if anything, switching on the toes. So you always want to think a little breath lifting up to change the foot, wherever it might be. So once we get to center, you're not relying on your heels or the bar. You can lift and you can change, and nothing switches in the upper body. It's always lifting up to the sky. Makes it a little easier. Okay. Ready for left side. Here we go. Front, open the arm, reaching fingertips to the inside shoulder, and then 2 single rond jumps. Again, through and reach, and 2 rond jumps. We're going to take it off the floor, open side, think of rotating up and over to the back, plie brush through front, open side, 1 single rond, and a double to close. Reverse. Plie, heel on top, and 2 around. Again, plie all the way, and 2 single around. Taking it off the floor, open side, to the front, brushing through first, plie back, and side, single 1, double 2. We're going to close and we're going to pull the breath up and over into the bar, and then forward. Relax the head. Again, up and over into the bar, and all the way back. And then let's go in towards the bar, chandu back, all the way lunging down, and up, back. We're going to lift, once we're in the back bend, we're going to lift the toe. So back here, lift the toe, try to keep the back and then the toe connected, all the way down, planche, coming up. We'll take a little balance, and we'll close. Finish in 5th. Okay? So plie around, 2 singles, plie around, 2 singles, off, front, side, and back, brushing side, single, and double. Reverse the whole thing, pull it right in, forward, in, back, lunging down, up, little arabesque, planche, stretchy stretch, up, rise, take a little balance, and then we're done. Okay, here we go. Think of using all of the music. Keep moving. And 6, 7, 8, plie, front, reaching open. And again, plie, reaching open. 1. Now think of the rotation. Heel on top. Rotate side, lifting up and over to the back, brushing through first, For rond de jambes, we always want to make sure, just like we were talking about, heel to the front, toes coming in to pose first. We want to make sure anytime we're passing through first that you're truly getting a nice turn out first, and that we're not coming leading with the toes or leading with the heels to the front. So we want to make sure keeping that turn out anytime we pass through that first position. When we take the foot off and then we go to the side, careful we're not lifting this hip and letting the bottom be out, then the heel rotates under. So you want to think of this whole leg coming forward, underneath and front. Yeah, good. Let's go left. Here we go. And 6, 7, 8. Using the chest, reaching long. Nice. Off the ground. Thinking of that rotation, keep that hip still. Up and back. Plie, pushing through. Single. And good. Breathe out. Breathe and reach with those arms. 1. And again. Good. Off. Side. Heel up. Plie, fresh. Side. Single. Into the left. All the way forward. Into the bottom. Gotta lunging down. Trying to bring that toe up and your back comes up. One, just stretch. And rise to the tail bounce. Nice. And squeeze to finish. Very good. Gotta stretch it out. Okay, we're gonna do a fondue. Pretty short and sweet. So we're gonna start around front side back. We're gonna do one on flat and then one on releve. So pretty simple. Fondue, 45 flat, fondue, releve a little higher with that leg. Again, to this side and out. Releve, same to the back and out. You can use the arm down and up each time. When we come to this side, sorry, to the back, we're here. We're gonna keep it out. We're gonna plie. We're gonna brush through first, front, and we're gonna fouette to the other side, and then close it. Reverse, everything now to the left. So we start left, front, releve, then side, releve, then back, releve, plie, hold it, brush, fouette, and that's it. Nice and sweet. So as you're coming through the first to brush up and over for the fouette, you want to think first, we lift it up. You're going to keep the toe still. You're going to keep this toe still here as you rise up. Releve, keep it, and rotate it in the same spot. So you don't want it to go up or down. And this supporting leg is going to come rotating heel front as much as you can once you flip to that next side. Really think of it kind of screwing forward into the floor. Yeah? And that's it. Yeah? We'll just keep our arms low as you fouette, just with a little bit more control. Okay, here we go. On flat and releve, front side back. And 6, 7, big juicy knees, squeezing down, squeezing up. that for all of ballet steps, that anytime we're going to the back, if it's a fondue or a développé, anything that kind of develops to an arabesque, we want to think of from the coupe, the knee is bent here, but the first thing to move as we're taking that leg back is actually the knee. So you want to think of the knee moving first, and the rest of the leg follows that lead, so you have the whole leg turning out. I'm going to show. So if for now we're doing our fondue and we're stretching, the first thing she moves is the knee turning out, and then it all rotates out into that beautiful arabesque. Yeah. So the same thing would happen if you're going passe, open to arabesque, straight knees. You would still move knee first, and then the rest of that leg continues to develop. Yeah. Okay, let's do frappe. We're going to start 3 frappes front and 1 double switching to the back. So we'll start 1, 2, 3, double back, and then reverse. 1, 2, 3, double front. So what will be is tapping in front, tapping behind, and then out, tapping behind, tapping in front, and then out. That's how we do the doubles. Then we do 4 singles to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 doubles, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. Reverse the whole thing. So we start with our 3s. 1, 2, 3, double switch. 1, 2, 3, double switch. 4, 2, 3, 4, and 4 double each time. Now from here we're going to petit battement all the way up to our passe. Again, all the way up above our kneecap if you can, and then all the way back down. We're going to plie here, take a little passe, just a little balance, and stay. Then we're going to take one little pirouette around, catch the bar, catch the bar, and take a little balance here, stay, before we close, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3 to the front, 1 double back, reverse, 1, 2, 3 to the back, 1 double front, 4 side, 1, 2, 3, 4 all singles, and then 4 doubles, 2, 3, 4. Reverse the whole thing around. Petit battement all the way up to our passe. Keep moving the whole time and trace it all the way back down. Keep moving the whole time. Take a plie in fifth, a little second, finding that weight for our pirouette.